carillon as an instrument really stems from way back in the Middle Ages when, like in city halls or churches, there would be a bell in a tower, and they would use it to either bring, say if there was, a fire somewhere, or they needed to get people from one place to another, or just to announce things, and there would be a bell in a tower. It was about in the mid-1700s when people started writing compositions for carillon, and it started becoming more of a place where people would play folk tunes. In the United States, they started building the towers and putting the carillons in them as a little bit more of a concert-type instrument. That was its goal, rather than, sort of a market instrument.
I think there's something about a bell tower and a clock strike and a carillon that is very academic and very university-like.
The Central Baptist College bell tower was constructed in the image of CBC's own Old Main. Old Main was torn down in 1984 and was a beautiful building featuring 2 large towers. The construction for the Ratliff Bell Tower began on June 18, 2007. It started with surveying the site, then they began putting in the rebar and setting the foundation for the tower. In July, the first steel columns were put into place, and by the 11th, the steel frame of the tower's 2nd and 3rd levels was in place. In August, the roof was installed and they began to prepare the tower for bricking in the sound system. The bricking of the tower, while extensive, was well worth the effort. The Ratliff Bell Tower was officially declared to be complete as of January 1st, 2008, and a month later, on February 9th, the Ratliff Bell Tower dedication ceremony took place. Since that time, the bell tower has become a centerpiece of the campus.
I'm actually a fresh new grad of CBC. I came in 2008 and graduated in 2011, and they hired me in this current position just a little over a year ago.
So I've been registrar since 1998, and I've been employed here since 1976, and I got a 35-year pin Monday.
I graduated from Little Rock Central in 1962. We're about to have our 50-year reunion, and went to CBC. So I was a student there for 2 years, and I met my husband there.
The bell tower really is just to commemorate Old Main. Old Main had it just had a way to connect really the students here on campus, because that was where people ate, that's where some people slept, that's where people had classes. I mean, it was the place. It was CBC at one point in time.
Everything was in Old Main, everything except the girls' dorm, even the boys' dorm. The boys' dorm was on the 3rd floor, and the library was on the 2nd floor. And so, and the girls had a curfew at 8 o'clock. So, if you want to be out past 8 o'clock with your fella, you made sure you went to the library, because you could stay there till 9.
When they made the decision to just to demolish Old Main, it was a sad day for many, and it was probably a mixed feelings with a lot of people, and took a long time to come to an agreement to do that.
It was sad. It really was sad, because that was a beautiful building. Even though it was deteriorating, it was beautiful. It had baseboards in it that were 12 inches wide, and they were grooved or routed. They had, with grooves on it, and it had crown molding. In fact, we in my house have some doorknobs that came out of the old building. Every one of them are different, but they're beautiful.
I was one of the ones that really wanted us to try to save that building and get it on the National Historic Register, but I know that it would have been a lot more expensive than tearing it down. But so that makes it especially good to have something that reminds us all of the towers.
Constructing the bell tower was really a great day for those people who had such a strong connection to Old Main, because they see it as a not only a new addition to the college, to the campus, but really just a memory marker, if you will, of what they knew as CBC. And so whenever they come back to visit the campus now, that's what they always enjoy seeing, because it's what reminds them of what CBC was to them.
It's really nice. If you've seen pictures of Old Main, the bell tower is very much like the tower. There were two towers on Old Main.
The bell tower reminds me of Old Main in every way. The staircases, the fun we had there, all of it. And in fact, my husband's dorm room was in the tower, was in the West Tower when he first came to school, because they had ran out of room.
My name is Joanne Ratliff, and my husband was Thomas Ratliff. It was a great honor for my husband and I to have the Ratliff name on the bell tower. My father-in-law was actually a Baptist minister and pastored several churches in the state, so even though it's my husband and I whose picture is in the bell tower, I feel like the Ratliff name is for his family.
Being able to build the bell tower and at least have a piece of that memory of Old Main on campus was a big desire for a lot of people who work here, but also for a lot of past students. And so it wasn't just one person who wanted it done. It was really a joint effort, and then quite a few people joined together to begin that campaign to make it happen.
My uncle was C.E. Doc Tolan, and he and his wife have been very interested in Central Baptist College for years and have made many large donations to the school. And after my husband passed away, President Kimbrough talked with my uncle about the fact that he wanted to have a bell tower. He thought it would be a good centerpiece for the campus, and was of course asking for some money to support that. And my uncle suggested that he would give a certain amount as a matching fund if it could be named for my husband and I. So I was very surprised.
And so everything that happened in Old Main.
One lady in particular who times her walks so that she's sure to go by and hear the bells. I think it's a beautiful addition to the campus.
Hear them play and where their level of skill is, and how it's exciting to see the progress.
In memory of Old Main when we had to tear that down. And so in the Legacy Walk leading up to it, of course, is wow. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
This is day 3 of editing. My pulse is racing. I've gone through 3 bottles of apple juice. We still only have 5 minutes of footage. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do.